And welcome to the MSI Hitlist. Rich Wildman here. You're going to find out more about what's going on right now because that's what I do. This is the hit list every month. We bring you the hit list the second Wednesday of the month when we take all of our music from last month, the songs of the week, and we pit them against each other to find out who our band of the month will be. Hit list is brought to you by Landar.com. Mastering Made Easy online. You're going to find out more about them in just a little bit. But first, let's talk about the hit list. Now, let's talk about it. Because what we do is we bring these guys and gals in, these bands in from last week, the Song of the Week selectees, and we basically throw them in a big ring, let our panel listen to them, and they fight it out amongst themselves. We'll come up with a Band of the Month at the end of the broadcast, if everything works out well. Otherwise, we have bloody panelists, and we have to call an ambulance, and it gets messy after that. I don't even want to go into it. All right, let's meet our panelist in the red corner, blue trunks, whatever you want to call it, Mr. Ian Husbands. Hey, Ian?
I'm
yeah, I've had too much tea.
Music reviews show, not boxing match.
I know, I've had too much tea. Caffeine, you know how it is.
You carry on with the tea. I'm on the whiskey.
I should be, but that's the way it goes. So what's going on? Star Wars t-shirt today, I see.
Yeah. We got a title, haven't we, for the new Star Wars film?
Yeah. It's called Play It Again, Yoda.
The Force Awakens.
It's actually called Play It Again, Yoda. The Force Awakens is what they're using as a working title. Play It Again, Yoda is actually going to be on the marquee.
Yoda died, man. You know nothing about Star Wars.
That's why they got Play It Again, Yoda. I'm just serious about this.
Okay.
Star Wars and whiskey, two things that don't mix in my book, but hey, whatever turns your crank.
Well, Star Wars, whiskey, podcasts. It's a nerd world I live in. It's all good.
All right. Well, glad to have you with us on the hit list. We got 4 great songs to go over, and I'm sure that you're chomping at the bit to do just that, along with James Anderson, our other in-house panelist. Hey, James, how are you? I'm glad to see you're back online.
Yeah, sure. I'm in my blue shorts today, ready to do a bit of boxing against Ian.
No, I'm in the blue shorts.
I thought you were in the red shorts, Ian.
Oh, I was the blue shorts.
I can't see your shorts.
That's good.
Yeah, it's probably just as well. I'm on the whiskey as well tonight, but I think it's gradually wearing off because I had it about a couple of hours ago. But if anyone was wondering what happened to me on Sunday, I was listening to that really loud second track and wondered how the hell they made the floor shake. But just before I was about to ask how they managed to master such an incredibly loud track that made me feel like the floor was moving, I realised that it was actually a thunderstorm. And I lost connection completely. So that's exactly what happened last time. So fingers crossed that won't happen for this one.
Well, you're not undergoing any thunderstorms right now, right?
No, only the severe flatulence that I suffer on a daily basis.
A little TMI there, I think.
Glad it's not smelly vision. That's what I'm going to say.
There's always a rumbling from this side of the screen.
All right. Well, at least now we know. I don't know if anybody else wants to. If you want me to edit that out, let me know, everybody out in the crowd.
No. We're leaving that in. I'm sampling it and everything.
It's a new song that Ian
will have a dance remix of that for next week.
A rumbling from this side of the screen. It's going to be called This Side of the Screen. Of course, the label will be Rumble. I don't know. We do have some great music for you guys to listen to today, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to this because I think that it's going to be another really tough hit list to make a decision on. Looking at the music we're going to be listening to today, I have no idea who's going to come out on top this time around, guys.
It's going to be a tricky decision, definitely.
Yeah, I really think so. But before we get into the music, everybody, I do want to let you know a little bit more about our sponsor. Sponsor is Landar.com. In fact, I actually think, Ian, that they say it better than I do. So I've got a little something that they sent to us that I'm going to play. Is that all right?
I think you should.
All right. Well, let's play this so you can hear all about it from they themselves. This is Landar.com, sponsor of this month's Hit List.
Give your music the polish of mastering, instantly and affordably with Landar. Studio mastering is expensive and takes time. Landar delivers immediate results that rival professional work in seconds using intelligent cloud-based algorithms. There's no preset. Landar is an adaptive AI engine that responds uniquely to each song, bringing out the best in your recordings. Best of all, it's free to try, so visit lnr.com to hear what it can do for your tracks. Landar, the future of mastering.
That's Landar.com, the future of mastering, and as I like to say, it's mastering made easy, because it really is. Our hit list winner will get a 1-year pro account for free that allows them to master all the uncompressed WAV files that they would like. Basically, they submit their music in, they get uncompressed WAV files back. They can also opt for compressed MP3 files, compressed at 192K. All of them they want as well. And if you'd like to try Landar.com to see if it's right for you and your music, at the bottom of our screen, at the bottom of the play or live window, there's a Landar banner. Now, this is only if you're on the MusicSceneInvestigation.com website. You can click on any Landar banner or graphic there, including the one right below the player here. And it'll take you to their site. You can sign up for your own account. And as you sign up, you get a 1-year account, all the compressed MP3 file masters you want to have made for free. And you get 2 uncompressed WAV files to try it out and see if it's going to work for your music. I highly encourage you to give it a shot and see what you think about it. And I know Ian has tried it a number of times. Ian, I know you've had some good things to say about it.
I have, but just to let you know, we had a message on our Facebook page today from Glen Street, who you might remember from a Hit List show.
Absolutely.
And they were basically sort of saying that they're using Landar now on their material, and they're really happy with it, and they're giving it 2 thumbs up. So it's really nice to get some feedback from one of the bands that have actually won the Hit List and taken away that prize. They're actually using it. They're enjoying its use, and they reckon it makes their music sound 100 times better. I'm sure it's not that good, but I'm sure it is that good.
Well, if it's 100 times better, that's pretty amazing, because their music was pretty darn good to begin with, if I remember correctly.
See, put it through a decent mastering system like Landar, and that's what you get, 100 times better. Don't quote me on that.
All right.
Well, to be honest, that might be a slight exaggeration. Might be 99.9% better, but who knows,
It's better. It's better. Landar.com, mastering made easy for the winners of our hit list, along with a plethora of promo packages from the Indie Music Bus. Walter and his crew over there are masters at promotion on the social networks. I slowed that down because normally Ian drinks so much whiskey I can't talk.
What?
I have no idea. It's too much tea, I'm telling you.
I drink so much whiskey that you can't talk.
Yeah. It's too much tea on my end. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is. Anyway, not only from the Indie Music Bus, but also from Worldwide Indie Radio as well. And the hit list winner will get a package from us outlining all the details on that so they can get that stuff started as soon as possible. All right, we have music. Gentlemen. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I've got the songs right here in my hand, and I'd like to play one for you right now if you're ready.
No.
No. All right. You want to talk more about whiskey or tea?
Let's talk about James.
All right, let's talk about James. James, you want to talk about whiskey or tea?
I couldn't quite
Well, now
hear what
let's
was
talk
going
about
on there,
music.
'cause it's all getting a bit gargly, but I'm happy to talk about either, because I'm a big fan of both, and I know that I've depleted at least one stock of one of those substances today.
All right. Well, we honestly, I think we should listen to the music, because we can't really talk about either and hope to get through the music at a later date. We've got to do this all today.
Yeah, that's fair. I've already drunk my supply, so let's crack on with the music.
All right, Ian, get that out of the way. Come on. If they want to sponsor us, they can, and then you could drink all you want.
Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I'm happy to see you drink as long as you're happy.
I'm happy.
All right, good man. All right, the first song on today's hit list is from the 5th of October, October 5th, when Dave Bryce from the rock band Spider was our guest panelist. And on the broadcast that day, we had three songs from a group called, or a song from a group called Killvan, from Musical Genius, and from Silhouette Cities. The song from Silhouette Cities called See It From Your Side is the song of the week we're going to be listening to first on today's hit list. So here it is, everybody. Song number one on the hit list today. Enjoy.
Change, and that's the way that I prefer. I know you're around here somewhere. Some things never change at all, but I'd like to see it from your side. But I'd like to see it from your side. Well, it's hard to find excuses when you're at a loss for words. Yours have a bitter kind of taste. It seems that I have come to grips with my sense of indifference, but I know your name and I know your face. But I'd like to see it from your side. But I'd like to see it from your side. Imagine me, imagine me. Imagine me, imagine me. Imagine me, imagine me. You've imagined me, you've imagined me. But I'd like to see it from your side. But I'd like to see it from your side. See it from your side.
That is Silhouette Cities and their track See It From Your Side as the first song on the hit list today. Now, guys, want to find out what you remember about this song. Again, it's been a month since we heard it, so over to James first. I'm going to put him on the spot. James?
Well, I certainly need to rely on my memory for that one because my internet connection is absolutely appalling, and I only heard about 30 seconds of the track. But from what I did hear, from what I do vaguely remember from being on the show or watching the show, I can't remember which now, that is a great track. And I'm particularly impressed by the vocal performance in this one. Reminds me a little bit of, oh, hold on 1 second, everything's playing.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Na 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 thunder.
Oh, he's back.
Na,
He's
na,
back.
na.
I see him moving again.
Okay. Did you lose me?
I heard we lost you where you said, hold on, everything's, and then that's where we lost you. And
I started singing
kinda-
Thunderstruck by
kinda-
AC/DC.
kind of like that there again. I don't know what it is, but whenever we lose him, his pauses, his video pauses always turn out to be great. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
mine normally they're like,
I know, and that's the way mine are. Your eyes are closed or whatever, but James always has good ones. So, all right, James, I got to throw it back to you, see if you're live or Memorex. He is Memorex. All right, well, go over to Ian, find out his thoughts. Ian?
I like this track. I do like this track. That intro, as we were saying in the chat room there, is very misleading. It's kind of low volume, which is kind of a trick you find out early on in your recording career, I think. I did, certainly. Bring that intro right down, so they have to turn it up a little bit, and then when the band kicks in, it's going to sound great. But that guitar bit was also a little bit sloppy. It's not just in the performance, but in the recording as well. And you think, what we got here? And it just bursts into that massive, big sounding song that goes into that big, powerful chorus with all the backing vocals and the hooky edge to it. And that sort of nice floating middle eight. And, everything's sounding great on this. The bass and the drums work together so well. The vocalist puts in a wicked performance. The guitars sound great. The synths, a little bit dominant in places for me, but I'm being picky. It's a great track.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. We got James back online. He dropped off there for a quick second. I thought we was going to have a repeat of last Sunday, but I think we got him recovered here. James, you were saying about song number 1, Silhouette Cities.
How much did you actually receive from me there?
Well, we lost
So that I
you.
don't
We
repeat anything.
basically lost you at the point where you said what was that point? We lost you where we lost you the first time, and that was pretty much all we got out of you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't actually hear a great deal of the track, but from what I did hear, I was impressed by. So I can't really say a great deal about it
I know that.
unless it's from memory.
Sure, you say it from memory if you'd like. I know you said, and I want to give you a hint just in case you run into some problems with the rest of the music. You can
Yeah.
right-click on the where it says Song 1, Song 2, Song. You can right-click on it and download it if you want to onto your
Yeah, that's-
system and play it back that way.
That's exactly what I was trying to do during that playback, but I had so many problems trying
As
to
if your
connect
internet doesn't crap out during the download.
It happens. Well, I'll tell you what I thought about this song, and I said this in the chat room. One of the things that always happens on this song, it happened when we first heard it in October. It happened again this time. The start of it catches me off guard every time. I don't know if that's good or if that's bad, but the song itself, once it gets going, it's a quality song. I love the way the backing vocals in the chorus just sit so nicely together with the lead vocals. I think it's great. It's done very well in that regard. The bass, there are a couple of spots in there where it slides up and slides down, mostly during the chorus parts, that really set very well with me as well. I like those things. So I think this is a good track. It's very well done, aside from the fact that it catches me off guard every time. Every time I've heard it, I've had my headphones up way too loud, and then that first snare really catches me. And
That's your own fault.
good thing about it is the snare does cut through everything. You can hear that really well throughout the whole song as well. So I'm sorry, Ian, you were going to say?
So that's your own fault for having your headphones up too loud.
I know. It's the fact that I'm old and deaf.
Pardon?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's the way it goes. It really is. Now, we got 3 more songs to listen to. We got song number 2. It's from the 12th of October. Susie Chase was our panelist, guest panelist that week in October. And during that week, we had 3 tracks from Moblition and Rhyn along with Soul X-Ray, and Rhyn's Finite Bodies was our Song of the Week selectee for that week. So hopefully James is going to have a better time listening to this track, and we'll see what he has to say about it after the fact and after we listen to it right now on the hit list. This is track number 2 from Rhyn called Finite Bodies on the hit list.
The view from what might become our lives don't sound like they'd hold now. The barren and wasted minds, the plans just words all along now. As they hit the ground, the more come. They stall as the years go by, from countless hopefuls, heroes emerge without us. They don't see their time as they hear new futures getting light, getting loud, getting closer. They burn as they reach the sky. We can fly further on the wings that we built for ourselves from nothing. Their moments might come, but we've seen what we are, and we're better than. Don't stop, don't wait, don't fall, don't fade. Respect, we won't back down. Don't break, don't yield, don't fall, don't fail. Make it through, 'cause we still have time to
That is track number 2. That's Rhyn with Finite Bodies on the hit list today. And I'm going to step over to James and find out what his thoughts are on it first. James, what did you think of Finite Bodies by Rhyn?
Okay, well, I actually managed to hear about 85% of that track, which is a significant improvement on track 1. And yeah, that's really good. I particularly like the way it sits with the equalization of the track. It's very crisp when you hear it from the beginning, and there's plenty of room for the instrumentation, which, when submitted by some other bands, it probably wouldn't sit too well. We've had plenty of recordings in the past where equalization bands have overlapped, but in this instance, you've got the keyboards sitting nicely with the guitars, and it all sounds really professionally mixed. As for the track, really good, nice sort of and interesting backing vocal response things at the end. Certainly evolves in a very interesting way and keeps you captivated from start to finish. Yes, definitely a very strong contender for the hit list, and I think from memory all 4 tracks particularly good, so it's going to be very difficult to decide which one goes through on this show.
All right. Well, we've got a couple more songs to listen to before you have to make that decision. And of course, we want to hear what Ian thinks as well. Ian, what are your thoughts about Rhyn and Finite Bodies?
Now, if I remember rightly, these guys are local to me, so props for them for getting into the hit list. Excuse me. I do like this track. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. That start, that sort of gentle string and piano sound. As James was saying, the separation between the instruments on that EQ is just beautiful. Generally, you find that clean electric guitar and piano start to meld together in the EQ. But these guys have got it just sat off just nicely, and that piano is so nice and bright, but without being harsh on your ears. And they've just got everything right in that sort of aspect. Love the movement through the track, the arrangement, the sort of change into that sort of section towards the end, the way, the build, the electric guitars coming in, everything like that. Lots of good stuff going on. My one thing with this track is that backing vocal, that shouting backing vocal towards the sort of 2/3 of the way through the track where he sort of starts going, "Don't yield" and things like that. Do you know what? I want to hear him hurt, man. I want to hear him in severe pain.
I had the same thought about that. Yeah.
When he's shouting, I want to know that someone's digging pieces of sharp cane under every fingernail he's got, and it's causing him to scream in agony when he's doing that. I just think it sounds a little bit middle class white boy shouting in there, and it's just not angsty enough, and not angry enough, and not painful enough. And I want to hear that, and that's my only real thing with this track. From the point of view, I think everything else, the other performances are good. I think the guitar sound could be a bit more new metal. To be honest, it's kind of still heavy rock at the moment, and I think it needs to be a bit more new metal, a bit harsher. That sort of mess boogie sound. But it is a great track.
I was just thinking maybe we could contribute to the track by torturing one of our guests and just adding that to the
wait, hold up a second here. Our guest that time around was Susie Chase. Nobody wants to just torture Susie. No,
I think you got it all wrong. Send me the lyrics and we'll talk to Rich.
There you go. That's fine. I thought those back and forth, the call and response thing, that should have been more angry, more of a heavy metal anger, tossed in there, I think. But, I like that part of the song very much. I think I like that part the best. To me, I don't want to dispute what you guys on the panel said back in October, but to me, this song, the music was a little safer than what it needed to be. It needed to be a little bit harder edge to it, in my opinion. Still a good song. I really liked it. I think that the call and response was very well done. A little bit more anger in there, and they would have had me all the way through the song, I think. A good track all around, though. All right, song number 3 is from the 20th of October. Nick Andrew was our guest panelist on that broadcast. And one of the things that Nick said that week that I remember very well was there wasn't enough guitar in anything, if I remember correctly.
He's a guitarist. He could say that about the most guitar-based song, and he'd say there's still not enough guitar in it. And I have to say, we had his dad's whiskey sauce.
That's what I was going to mention next. Yeah,
we marinated some chicken in it, and we done the chicken with onions and some mushrooms and bits and pieces like that.
I'm still expecting some of that, by the way, for a big barbecue.
Talk to the man. But I have to say, very nice.
All right, well, let's find out if the memories of the song from that week are also very nice. From the 20th of October, this is Abandoned Tradition, and the song of the week from that week was called Clockwork. So Abandoned Tradition and Clockwork right here on the hit list. Take a listen, everybody, and enjoy. That is Clockwork by Abandoned Tradition on the hit list. And want to find out what the guys remember and think about this track. See what their thoughts are. Ian, James, which of you guys want to go first?
I would like to go first, then.
Go ahead,
I think
Ian.
Ian should go first.
Man, I like this track. I do like this track a lot, but that guy needs.
Oh, he drops off. That guy needs something, and he drops off this time. I don't know. Maybe he hit a disconnect button. Okay, James, I'll throw it over to you and get your thoughts while I reconnect with Ian.
Okay, don't hold out any great hopes for this because it sounds like both of our connections are pretty
I'm
poor
back.
this
Am
evening.
I back?
Oh,
Yeah, you're back except for your video. I think it's just something in between the United States and London.
It's called-
United
it's called
States
the
and
ocean.
UK. Yeah, somebody's cutting up. Somebody's cutting up the cable in between. I think.
That's
yeah,
called the Russians.
somebody's clipped the string between the tin cans tonight.
I think that's what might have happened.
It's pretty poor.
All right,
So,
go ahead, James. We'll get to Ian after we hear James.
yeah, it just sounds like a very angry version of a sort of Super Mario Brothers Nintendo game console theme music, but it's not my genre, as you can probably guess, but it's done to a good level, and that's why it's in the hit list tonight, and it has been well produced to the standard for the genre. Again, I must have heard about 80% of the track because it decided to cut off towards the end, so I'm not entirely sure what happened in the outro there. I don't think I was present for that original show, but there were some good elements there.
All right, and over to Ian and what he thinks before he drops off again. Ian.
I'm not going to drop off. That's James's job. He's the flatulent one.
All right. Okay.
I like it. I do like this. As I said, that guy needs to sort of roll a big fat one and chill out a little bit. He's got anger issues, man. He's not a happy boy. Or I think there's two of them. That neither of them are happy boys. But this is very, very well done. I mean, the guitar
Needs
sound
more
great.
guitar.
The bass is there. The drums are kicking. The vocals are, not my thing, but they're done well. It's all very well produced. It's all very well put together. There's some nice parts in there. That little sort of arpeggio on the guitar and bits and pieces. It all works. Very good for its genre.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, this is more my genre of music, of a lot of the stuff we listen to. I know I like most everything we hear on Music Scene Investigation, but, I'm a closet metalhead. What can I say? And I like this brand of metal, this genre of metal very much. And the harder and darker it is, the more I like it. The more angry the singer sounds, the better off I am, happier I am at the end of the day.
That's because you're an angry person.
I am. Underneath it all, I am an angry man. I don't know where that came from, but Ian started it, and I'm going to finish it. That's the way it works.
I'm sampling that as well.
So anyway, I like this track. I like the vocals on it. Like I said in the chat room, I would like to introduce the singer of this to Rhyn, the group we heard before. I think they would work well together. They could learn a lot from each other. I think it would do wonders for both of them. Good track, like Clockwork a lot. And James, you said kind of what Nick said, more guitar is needed. I don't know. I think what they needed to do was change the tone of the guitar they had in there to keep it from sounding like Super Mario. Make it sound more like guitar. Maybe hold the notes out a little longer and quit trying to play it so fast and change the tone a little bit. You would have had a much better sound in there, I think.
Yeah, it'd definitely benefit from sounding less artificial and more like a real instrument.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with converting an instrument into something bizarre or weird or making it sound more synthesized. But I think it would be more fitting to the genre if it sounded like an overdriven or distorted guitar.
Clawfinger don't have an amp on stage. They did when I saw them. They didn't have an amp on stage. They played everything through synthesizers.
Yep, there you have it. Some guys can and some guys can't, I guess. I don't know what that is. All right, one more track to listen to on the hit list today, and we'll find out what the panel thinks of it next. It's Fronz Arp with Designer Children on today's hit list. Here is Fronz with Designer Children. Enjoy, everyone.
Why don't we all pour a drink to calm our thoughts, to pause and let a day just pass us by? I feel like I'm always running out of time. And have I done enough to let it out? When all is said and done, for tomorrow, as if we'll ever know. Where are we? Do you ever think that we could mend the damage done, so we can start again? My friends, designer children holding hands, walking blind, but have I done enough to let it out? When all is said and done, but in time, we're talking to ourselves for tomorrow, as if we'll ever know. Just stop and let a day pass by. Though we feel we're running out of time, 'cause we may never know.
That is Fronz Arp and his track Designer Children on the hit list today. And we're going to bring back in our panel, find out their thoughts on this one. Hey, guys. Ian waves to the camera. He's such a mug. I don't know. Ian, what about Fronz Arp and Designer Children?
What about Fronz Arp and Designer Children?
This is the falsetto song that we were alluding to earlier in the show.
I want to hear James do it again.
All
Well, I
right.
can just sum this one up with a little. How's that for you?
I'm going to sample that as well.
Cool. You might need to pitch shift it up a little.
When you say a
Can't
little,
quite get. Can't quite get to those notes. I would try, but I'll just strain myself too much.
you just frightened me there in the chat room, Rich, because you were sort of saying you were watching the levels go up and down on the board. And I
Yeah.
thought, oh, we got a technical problem. What's going on? And what you actually meant was the audio levels of the track, didn't you?
Exactly. Yeah, the audio levels of the track. Now, I have so many VU meters around me. It's kind of uncanny. I've got VU meters up on this screen over here, on the board over here, and I try and make sure that what goes out to our live audience is not going to blow them out of their chairs if I can do anything to prevent it. And I'm watching the VU meters, and what I'm getting on our video mixer and its VU is one thing different from what goes out over air, different from what goes over the board, because I'm writing the board to make sure what goes out on air doesn't kill anybody. And this is just
Nice.
everywhere from -12 all the way up to about +5 on the VUs. So it's just all over the place in my mind.
I like that though. I'll be honest with you.
You know, there are a lot of good dynamics there. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying.
The openness of this track is amazing. That acoustic sound just sits so nicely. The voices are sitting prominent. Everything's just sitting together, but without feeling like it's all been pushed into one wall of sound. And, you know, I've got a lot of time for that at the moment. If you can make a track sound this great without the levels of compression and that other people seem to be throwing over their music, I'm very pleased for you. This is a well-produced, slick, well-performed, well-written, well-thought-through song that just sounds
really
natural.
Onto a winner, aren't you? If you can just use the natural dynamics rather than having to jump in there and overcompress the hell out of something just to make the whole track sit together.
And it means you're getting
admire
steady
the way it's
performances.
mixed.
It means you're getting consistency in the playing and the performances. So you don't have to go in there and start compressing everything to be at the same levels and bits and pieces like that. And it's you can hear it on this.
Yeah, I think it's a good sign of recording at the right levels to begin with, and ensuring that everything sits well. It's clearly been well thought out, or maybe they were just lucky. But I think it's definitely been recorded at the right level to begin with, and they haven't needed to mess around too much at the mixing stage.
Yeah.
Now, in my opinion, as I said, at points during the show, my opinion doesn't count for a whole lot. But my opinion of this track is a little bit different because I come from a broadcasting perspective. Now, I love the song. I think the song is great. I like the use of falsetto. I like the instrumentation. I like the way it sounds. The problem is, if I'm a DJ playing this on a radio station, I've got to ride the board to keep the levels consistent, what goes out to air, just like what I have to do on this broadcast. And that's troublesome for a DJ because they don't have time to ride the board, which is why, when you produce a record and send that record out, it maintains a certain level. So anyway, that's my opinion. Again, 4 good songs, a lot of tough decisions to make here, guys, between Fronz Arp, Abandoned Tradition, Rhyn, and Silhouette Cities. There is a decision that now has to be made, and that decision is which of these is going to be the song of the week, or actually the band of the month. And this is the point in the broadcast where we got to figure that out. I know. It's a tough one. So what do you guys think? I mean, if I were to go out and give my decision, I think you all pretty much know what my decision is going to be. My decision is going to be Clockwork by Abandoned Tradition. If it's just, there's a lot of good things to be said about it. I like the angry voice in there that we were missing during another song. I like the fact that I didn't have to ride the levels like I had to during another song. And this song, the feeling, the emotification is something that fit the genre. So I like that, and I like the way it worked. Yeah, I know.
That's cool, but there's too much anger going on, I think.
It's an angry song.
You're an angry person.
Indeed. So what do you guys think?
Well, for me, it's between 2 and 4. And I know that I was very keen on letting falsetto win during the show. But for Hitlist, I'm not sure if it meets specification with the whole mastering thing, because as much as Ian may hate it, Rich does have a point with the whole riding the level during playback on radio. And that's definitely proved to be a problem
Yeah, there's
for the
not a
show.
DJ in the world that would sit there and ride the level of a song for 3 minutes.
However, if they were to win, then they'd have the benefits of the mastering package,
Good point. Very good point.
which would then enable them to reduce this problem.
That's an
So-
excellent point.
I think they would probably benefit the most from winning this month's hit list. So I'm leaning towards is it Fronz Arp?
You're leaning
I-
towards Fronz Arp's Designer Children. Ian, are you leaning any direction, or have you made up your mind?
West.
All right. I have no band here or song here called West, so do you care to elaborate?
That's the direction I'm leaning in.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
This is
I like
general
what-
geographic position.
Yeah, I'm in West London, so I must be leaning west. Okay, I like all the tracks this week. Number one, really do like that song. Really do like it. When that chorus kicks in, it's just amazing. The layered vocals. Number two, great track. Not enough pain. Want more pain. Come on, hurt me more. Track three, tad angry. I'm trying to be a positive, upbeat kind of guy. It's not working very well. But number four kind of gives you that floaty, summery vibe. It's got that nice acoustic edge to it. I'm going to go with Fronz Arp.
All right, so you go with
Fronz
Fronz Arp. I go with Abandoned Tradition, and James is going to make his decision and figure this whole thing out for all of us. James?
Well, I think it makes it clear when I go, woo, 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 woo.
All right, well, there you go.
Fronz
That's a decision. Fronz Arp and Designer Children. Fronz Arp is going to be our Band of the Month hit list winner. And congratulations to him. And we
That
certainly
is
hope
the
that
only
you
reason.
enjoy the Landar account, the pro account, 1 year pro account. That's going to come in handy for you guys, I think.
That is the only reason I went for Fronz Arp, because I wanted to hear James do his falsetto singing again.
You just wanted to sample it again so that you've ensured that you've got
We wanted a good,
Got a-
clean
a
sample.
good version of it.
I think I've got a harmony there somehow. I think the last one was higher, so I can sort of layer them and get a nice big stereo sound going on.
Either way, you got it, so that's good. Congratulations to Fronz Arp, and his track Designer Children is our hit list winner. We'll make sure we get in touch with you very soon. Of course, if you want your band to be a hit list winner, you can't do it without going through the MSI labs, and the only way to do that is go to musicsceneinvestigation.com. Submit your music there, submit a song at the top of the page, and every week we'll select 3, put in front of our panel. The winners, or the selectees, Song of the Week selectees, will wind up in the hit list against each other and find out who the Artist of the Year is come January when we do that as well. The voting will start not too long from now, as a matter of fact. It's going to happen fairly soon. In fact,
I like that you're so exact with your dates.
Actually-
It's happened, soon.
Actually, it's going to start tomorrow. We're going to open up the voting tomorrow. I was trying to figure out the dates in my head, and I looked at my calendar here. The 12th is today, the 13th is tomorrow. So we'll actually open up the voting tomorrow, and everybody will have between now and the first of the year to vote for their favorite band of the month, favorite hit list winner, who's all been nominated for the Artist of the Year.
Whoop whoop.
Yep, exactly. And also, they get to vote for the Panelist of the Year. And no, Ian is not eligible.
Man, every year I have to go through this pain.
I know, you do. And there's a reason behind it because, I told you during that one show what you had to do, and you still haven't done it yet.
What you think I'm going to go and fix the voting just because I can go and change it as much as I want to? I mean,
No, I didn't. No, I would never think you would do that because if you were a nominee, I would change the access to that.
I'd just get a bot.
All right, so there you have it. Anyway, we want your votes in our Artist of the Year and Panelist of the Year awards. Please make sure you vote. You vote only once per day. Once per day is what you can vote, and you can do that at MusicSceneInvestigation.com. Between now and the first of the year, we'll bring the results of those votes on our award show. That's 11 January 2015, as we take the month of December off for the holidays and need the opportunity to rebuild the studio. And Ian is just going to say vote for him, but you won't see his name there, so you can't.
Send emails, send tweets, Facebooks, letter bombs, anything to Rich that basically gets the idea that I should be panelist of the year.
No, we don't want to do that either. Anyway, thanks for being here on today's hit list. We're going to play out with Designer Children by Fronz Arp, our hit list winner, right here on Music Scene Investigations Hit List, brought to you by Landar.com. Here it is, everybody. Congratulations to Fronz Arp.
Every week I'm here. Every week. We can't even get panelists of the year. Every week.
Why don't we all pour a drink to calm our thoughts to pause and let a day just pass us by? I feel like I'm